Hey everybody, Thursday afternoon, time for the shop update here at Woodsmith. Got a lot of things going on and we're going to get started with Steve Johnson and the sideboard project.
Hey everyone. Well, I made a lot of progress since last week. I got the box all assembled, the dividers are in, it's drilled for shelves. The legs are made. These are, there's one rail up here that's mortise and tenon into the legs, and then these get screwed through the inside of the box into the leg proper. So I used a spacer in here to keep the legs from going in and out, and I'd get the same amount of overhang here, and then glue these onto the box and run screws in. But in order to get the correct height from here to here, which I think was 7 3/4, I just made this little L bracket and then put a little piece on top so it could just sit on that bracket at 7 3/4, and then I could just move it where I wanted it, make pencil lines, and glue it. So that's the legs. The top's over there, it's done. It's attached through little through holes here, and that will just leave doors, drawers, and there'll be a shelf on each side. So, thanks.
Going to me?
Sure.
Hey everyone, made a start on my next project earlier in the week. It's the Chris Fitch designed archtop bookcase, as you see there. This is made of solid cherry and cherry plywood. I'm in the process of figuring out what I need to do for the arch top. So we have to make a form, like so, and then we're going to use 2 3/8 inch sheets laminated together to form that top. Once that's said and done, you can see there we've got a short stub tenon which is there in place for the once the top is made. It's going to have a groove which should just fit on top of there like so. It all sounds easy on paper and what I'm telling you. So we'll see when we get to it. Chris is laughing over there. So once this is, so we'll have 3/8 bendy plywood on top of here. Once that's all done and it's nice and smooth and continuous, we are going to wrap it completely with some cherry veneer, which is in here. So I think this is in a 12-foot sheet. So we're going to rip that down to roughly 15 inches and then go over the whole lot in one go. So it might take a couple of people to do that, but I think we'll get it. Once that's done, we're going to work on some edging. You see here, there's some hardwood edging that will cover the edge of the plywood. So that'll be the last thing to do, second from last thing to do, and then tackle the drawer that goes with it. So making progress. Check in next week.
All right, welcome back. So I believe where we left off last week were the French curves, and so the self-imposed punishment has concluded in terms of cutting these out of brass and burled veneer. So I did get a couple items in which helped kind of expedite my process and relieve the punishment a little bit. I ended up getting a fret saw from New Concepts, which is really nice. I got the smaller Mark III fret saw, used probably more specifically for like jewelry and smaller work, but again, it worked very well for cutting out this brass. I ordered myself a couple of different blade sizes, just again to kind of see what worked best for the application that we can mention in the article. I ordered some 4s and 5s. I was using a 2 and just moving at a glacial pace, so this helped move things along a little bit better. I did end up sticking with the 5s. Now, the one thing I'm really impressed with these saws too is the amount of control it gave me. I did a little bit of cleanup with a spindle sander, then mostly I cleaned up any of my blade marks with just a set of needle files, which also worked well too. That cleaned up any of that blade chatter or scarring that was left behind from the blade teeth. But I did end up getting a really fine surface on here. So really I'm just in the process now of lightly sanding the veneer. I am going to coat these in a couple coats of epoxy and sand that as my kind of sealer and base coat. I think that will just further help with any potential delamination in the future. Not that these are going to be undergoing any sort of real stress, they're just more of a tracing pattern. But then that will be my coating. And right now, as I have them, I'm kind of trying to lay them out because these will be in a little display box. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out the orientation here. I will trace these onto the board, cut them out so they have their own kind of specific recess for them. And then it'll be just a nice little shallow box with either a piece of plexi or glass on top that you can pull off to access them and then be able to see them as they're in the box. So moving along with that, otherwise I'm working on a model for an Art Deco waterfall style nightstand as we speak, and then I've got a model in the works too. I know Chris did train a few years ago. I'll be working on a model that'll be a model truck with camper that is got a good backstory to it. We'll talk about it a little bit more next week, but that's all I have for right now, so stay tuned.
All right, there you go. That's it for the shop update. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments or smart remarks, you can leave those in the comments section below. And we'll probably next week also find out any more updates on the dust collection system. So we'll see you next time. Bye.